Welcome back, everybody. This is part 2 of the Maryland State 8-Ball Championship here from Frederick, Maryland. We've got Dylan Spohr versus Brandon Shuff coming up for you here.
And for my money, Dave, this is now officially a rivalry. It seems like at all the big tournaments here recently, it's not a matter of if, it's when these two meet, and usually it's right about now, Final 4 winner side, Final 8 winner side.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, maybe 3-2 in favor of Brandon over the last couple years. It's really tight. And
Yeah.
I think Brandon's still probably the better player, but Dylan's not afraid, and it's a race to 6, and this is about a flip in a race to 6.
Yeah. All right, so Brandon will be breaking here to start things off. Again, this is a Final 4 winner side match. It's alternate break, race to 6, BCA rules 8-ball. The other match on the Final 4 of the winner side will be Brian Jones against Jordan Gray.
Already a great tournament from Brian Jones. You guys
Yes.
saw him a little while ago, or I guess that wasn't a stream match, was it? Was that stream table where he beat Korziak?
Yes, that was here on the stream.
So you guys saw him knock off Joey Korziak there, and Brian's a real solid player. He's always at all these tournaments. Plays better than me, but really good tournament today no matter what happens from here.
Was that last match 6-4 or 6-3? Okay, so in addition to the 4 that we have left on the winner's side, we've got it's like 9 players left on the loser's side. Clint Clayton is playing Joey Korziak. Steve Fleming is waiting for the winner between Amit Kumar and Rick Miller. Junik June is playing Tuan Chow. And Russell O'Baker is playing Mike Soleil.
Back off the mics a little bit. I know we probably can't hear this. We can barely hear each other.
Yeah. All right.
Man, I gotta say, I'm thrilled to be here doing commentary with you today, Dave. A little sad that Josh isn't here. I always have a good time hanging out with him. Haven't got to do commentary with him yet, but I love On the Hill Productions tournaments. I love On the Hill Productions streams, and just happy to be a part of it, man. I appreciate the chance to be here with you guys.
Oh, yeah, we appreciate you being here and joining us in the booth. And Dylan's father pointing in the chat that Dylan has won 5 of his last 8 matches against Brandon.
Well, he would know better than me. I just know the ones that I've seen at these tournaments, and I think they may have played in one Dynaspheres, but I'm sure Tim knows for sure.
Yeah.
5 of the last 8, so I call it a rivalry.
Yeah.
And like I said, they have found each other late in almost every big tournament that I can remember. So.
Oh, but he did say that Dylan's never beaten him on a 9-foot table. They've all the wins have been on bar boxes.
I got you. Shout out to everybody jumping back in with us. Guys, help us get the numbers back up to where we were. We were running some real good numbers there. Do your part, like the stream, share the stream. Make sure that you're subscribed and you're getting notifications from On the Hill Productions YouTube channel. If you didn't catch at the end of that last one, Dave was just wanting to refresh the stream so that all of the film will be saved and uploaded to YouTube automatically when this is over. We were getting close to the time limit for that, so. Guys, I had one person tell me that the audio was a little bit off from our mics, were a little bit loud. We're doing the best we can, but we can barely hear ourselves talk with how loud the music is in the background right now. So give us some feedback on the audio, if you will, in the chat, guys. We want to make it as good for you as we can, but it's a little tough right now. Nice out for Dylan here in the first rack. Takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that from the break, Dave?
No, Brandon broke.
Okay.
So.
I see. Yeah, Dylan about to break now. So don't know if Brandon had a dry break or what, but that was a nice run from Dylan there. All right, let's get a look here at Dylan's break. He says he's been hitting the one ball, but with his cueing off the rail with his hand. So let's see how it works out for him here. Kind of got that cue ball to grab a whole lot right before it wanted to go into the side pocket there. But Did he make a ball here? No, I think he's empty here.
Yeah, he's broken dry again. Hasn't left a lot for Brandon here because of how close that cue ball is to the 3.
Yeah, I think he can basically just cut the 1 if I'm seeing this correctly. I don't think there's anything
coming
else.
the direction he's looking, the only ball he can see is the 8 ball.
The other option he has is to thin the 3 and play his cue ball behind the 1. Once again, a little bit rare to see safeties in 8 ball with an open table, but sometimes it's the right shot.
No, absolutely.
And I think it's a pretty big ball to get behind the 5. It's kind of tough to sell out the 13. I think it's really thin to cut the 13, even if you don't quite get perfect behind the 1. So I think it's a pretty big target to play that safety.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I thought there was a little more overlap between the cue ball and the 3, but no, you're right. He has a...
The cut on the 1's really thin, and it's a really tough reach as well.
Oh, yeah.
Almost looks like he has the 6 ball when you look at the other angle. He might be shooting a 6.
Oh, man, he may. I guess he can get through there. That is 6.
Oh, he overcut it, so maybe...
At least to hit the 6.
He might not have enough. Because he overcut that ball a little bit, so...
Yeah. And he is really tied up the stripes on this rail down here.
If I was a betting man, I'd say they're about to not be tied up here in about 3 seconds. But maybe not. If the 7 passes, then maybe not.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the 7 goes, then I'd take solids for sure.
I was assuming it didn't, but it kind of looks like it may. I think he's looking at the stripes. He just took a look at the 14, I think. Just seeing how much of a trouble ball the 14 is. I kind of like grenading into all them balls playing the 13 right now. They're all together, so you don't really have to worry if they tie up a little bit still. You just have to come up with a shot from here, and the 14's not too much trouble. It goes in the corner. Also, the 12 goes to the side once the 13's gone, and it has the other corner. So I don't think the stripes are bad at all here.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They opened up really nicely with the exception of the 15. It's not bad. I think it still goes to both corners. Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all here. You're just going to have to probably... The 9 ball needs the 11 clear if you don't want to play the combo. He's playing a combo now, which I never play that way. Because of this. Like, I don't want to have to play the second combo. I'd rather play the first ball and play the 10 the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, because that 10 ball went up the rail some, so it's not nearly as easy of a combo as the one he just played.
Yeah, and it's just unnecessary. Like, to me, there's no reason to play the combo there. The ball that was hanging in the other corner led you right to the ball that he played the combo on, so... looks like he may come up okay here. Again, I don't want to have to play that second combination.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, Dylan in pretty good shape now. I don't think in a perfect world you leave these 12 and 14 for last. And again, he's been a couple times he's had the shot on the 12, but he's going to be going into the 6, and you don't want to cover the 14. So,
Right.
I'd like to have more angle on the 9 here, so I could go up into between the two balls, and then I'd like to get on the 12 and then play the 14 last, because the 12 goes to the corner, and you can comfortably get to either side of the shooting line and get out. I don't want to go from the 14 to the 12. If you play it this way, you have to cross the line. I don't think he did. This is really hairy now.
I think he's okay.
He's going to have to play with a real high, smooth stroke and brush the 6 a little. He may be able to beat it, actually. Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to look at it for a couple seconds before I figure it out.
But I'm not sure he rolled that far enough. He wanted to be straighter in so he could just roll past the 2.
I think he's okay. I think if worst case scenario, he'll go up at the 3. But I don't even think it's that bad. Ooh.
Oh,
okay, he's okay. Yeah.
Play them side. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. It shows you a really nice creative mind that Dylan has. Like, there's not a lot of players that would have ever considered that option right there.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty big target and a pretty simple shot from a lot of places on the 8 ball that way.
So Dylan takes the 2-0 lead. It'll be Brandon to break. Trying to get on the board here.
Call that a nice C. A nice C. You know, nice recognition. Sometimes you can get so locked in on something and you don't really ever consider what else is there. Did a good job with that on that one. So let's see if one of these guys can figure out the break, or who can figure out the break first. We've had 2 dry ones so far. Been a while since either of these guys have played, and I'm sure the conditions are different in here. It's actually a little bit funny, because normally in tournament play, the conditions change late in a tournament because the room thins out. We have the opposite thing going on here today. There's more people in here than there has been all day.
Yes.
So a little bit of an interesting dynamic here going on. All right, so was this from the break here, Dave? Was this from the break? I think Brandon made a couple balls, and his cue ball has landed here, and it's open table. I think. We may have missed a shot. Looks like he wants to back cut the 4. That's going to be fine. He's on the 7, which was probably the worst ball that he had. Needs to take care to get good on the 5 still, but do you think he's thick enough on the 7 to just go up and bump the 8 on this shot?
I don't know.
Looks like he may be a little bit too thin for that. If he can, I like that shot and get the 5 taken care of, and you should be off to the races from there. The 6 and the 2 both pass each other up to the corner pocket, which is always simplifies an 8-ball rack here. So
if he didn't like the bump on the 8s, he's going to have to do something to get back on the 5 here.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. Even if he had to back cut it from the gap where the 14 and the 15. The only problem is with that is if it's your last ball.
Right.
It gets a little bit tough to hold for the 8.
Hold for the 8.
But he could play the 2 and conceivably go to that shot right now. And the 5 to the 6 from that angle is not bad. Not what he's going to do. You'll probably see him play the 2 and then the 3 and go down and take the other back cut on the 5 to go 1 rail above the 8. That's a better option, but still got to take care with his cue ball all the way here.
Yeah, and if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, you have to worry about running into the 15 after you shoot the 5.
Absolutely,
as well.
And so he'll try to get an angle where he can easily take that out of play by kind of like stunning the 5 and going between the 14, 15. And he won't mind if he gets kind of like almost like level with the 8 and has to cut it a little bit. That'd be fine. Just wants to give himself a look at it. But this is tough now. He's going to have to...
He could take the 5 now, then play the 3 on the side.
You're right, and I think he will. I think that's way better, actually. I don't know if that's what he was playing for, but...
I'm not sure either, but I think that's what he's left himself. So.
And this is going to be definitely the way to go. If he didn't do that, he'd have to cut the 3 and load up with inside. If the cue ball wants to go kind of towards the 14, you can get funny. You can get behind the... You can go into the 15 and bank it out on the way. I like your shot a lot better. The only thing that's a little bit tough about it is the 3 does not go to the corner. You can't get up straight on the 3 and get a crazy cut on the 3. You wanna go up just inside the 8 on this shot. And that's why he hasn't shot it yet. Like you don't want to play this where you're having to play for the gap between the 14 and the 8 to shoot the 3. But if you're stunning this 5 to come to the other side of the 8, it's real easy to get steep on that 3 real fast. Yeah. I almost wonder if you would consider going up and clearing the 14 the other way, like go between the 14 and the 15 to take a cut on the 3. And maybe the easiest way to control it, but he's going to stun it all the way out and take a similar cut to what I talked about. But this is very steep, and he's a little bit elevated. And I like to play this with check side, and he's really elevated if he's playing check side.
Yeah.
He may bank this ball. It's just easier to cue, and it's easier to hold for the 8.
Yeah.
And he banks as good as anybody in the room for sure. Let's take a look at the 3-rail path here if he does fire at this on the side with outside. I guess you're going 3 rails and then back up between the 14, 15 kind of towards the 12, which can be okay. That looks like it is how he's playing it, at least what he's looking at right now.
Yeah.
You can get unlucky, but I think it wants to go kind of towards the 12. But if you get it wrong, you're okay for a little while, but then you get up behind the 9-11 pretty fast.
Yeah.
I really think he's going to consider playing the bank here.
Old Man Ferguson, it's kind of hard for me to tell if the band is good because the headsets kind of block out some of the sound, but not all of it. So I'm hearing a lot of drums,
Yeah,
but
percussion is basically all we're
not
getting.
much else. Runs into the 8.
That's the one where if you're in your chair and you're Dylan, it's a little bit annoying that he's kind of like straight in on the 8 ball here, but played a good shot. I would say the way that shot played out, he would be a little bit more unlucky to not have a shot.
Yeah.
But it was lucky to get the way it played, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't feel like I could have said that better, but like once you see what the cue ball is doing on that shot, you're like, okay, he'd be really unlucky to not have a shot. But like also, there's kind of no way he could have predicted the cue ball doing what it did. I don't know. That probably don't make any sense to anybody else except for you right now. That's what's scary about it.
All right, so Dylan up 2-1. Dylan will be breaking. Okay, Joey Korsiak has defeated Clint Clayton, putting Clint into 9th, 12th. He is our first player eliminated in the money.
Nice tournament for Clint. Once again, we got to point it out. A couple nice wins over. Looks like it beat Joe Wright, beat Joe Corsi, or beat Randy Davis, beat. Joseph Wright, I think. So a couple nice wins there, and then went toe-to-toe with Joey Korsiak as well. Lost by a score of 6-4. So, and he finishes in the 9th through 12th position. Much better break here for Dylan. Only one ball down, but everything's pretty spread out. Doesn't have a great opening shot on a stripe unless he wants to play a long shot on the 13 or the 10. And also the 12 doesn't pass where the 1 is. So gonna shoot the solids here. The 3 becomes the biggest problem for my money. It does go up table where the 2 is now. Once the 2 clears, that may be the best option for it. It may also go in the side where past the 13. And the 7 can get you there for either of those options. So.
Okay, he got through there.
Well, and I think also the 3 might pass the 7 to the corner now. And he has it right now. And that takes care of all his problems if that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow, so
very nice shot there.
I would say just a little bit of a roll there for Dylan, but he was trying to attack his problem ball and got a decent roll out of it, decent result out of the shot. So not crazy lucky, but a little bit lucky the way it played out. And now, like I said, everything's pretty good from here. If he's straight on the 5, which it looks like he is, he'll probably just roll a couple inches forward and play the 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
If he had an angle, he could have easily stunned over and played the 7 and then the 6. So this was always going to be pretty.
Oh, he's going to take the 6 first.
I didn't know the 6 went through that gap like that. So nothing wrong with that. And now, you know what? It did go there, but I don't like this pattern as much. Now he's going to play the 5 to the 8, which is fine. But now you got to come with a bigger stroke on the 7 and get back up for the 5.
See, I think I cut the 5 in and come across for the 7.
Maybe, but I think I would have played the 5
No, I agree. I agree
that.
with you. I would have played the 5, but I'm saying from here, I think I cut the 5 in and
I would think about
come out for the 7.
I think if I had Dylan's stroke, I'd play the 7. Let's see, okay. Now what do you have to play the 5 in the corner? Which is not terrible.
Yeah.
But this is not the shot I wanted. I think it could have been easier. But sometimes I think that Dylan shoots so good.
I think he's playing it in the side and going down, yeah.
That's fine as well. I think sometimes Dylan plays so good that his patterns don't matter a little bit.
Yeah.
To me, I'm trying to find the easiest way out every time if I can.
Absolutely. All right, so Dylan takes the 3-1 lead. It'll be Brandon to break.
And we had a little side conversation about Dylan doing commentary as well. I think Dylan shoots so good that it affects some of his calls in the booth as well. He thinks everything's as easy for everybody else as it is for him.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple more matches here. That Tuan Chow has defeated Junik June 6-3 to put Junik into 9th, 12th. And Russell Obaker has defeated Mike Soleil, Hill,
It's a nice
putting
win.
Mikey into 9th, 12th as well.
I got to give a nice shout out to Junik with the 9th place finish there. He played an amazing match against myself. I think I was up maybe 3-2 in that match. We were tied at 3 for sure. And then he made 3 of the sickest runouts that I've seen all day. Like through traffic on every single shot. Cue ball had to be perfect over and over and over again. And I just sat in my chair enjoying the show. So shout out to him. Really nice looking young player there. Huge break from Brandon, but cue ball down.
Yeah.
And the stripes and the solids have kind of segregated themselves.
Yeah.
So I think you have to play. He's looking at playing the stripes maybe and taking the 11 first. I think that's the only way you can do it. But I still don't like them. I'm playing the solids.
Yeah. If the 4 goes, I play the 4 here. If it doesn't, I put the cue ball between the 6 and the 1 and take the 1 and punch out for the 7 ball.
Again, I'm trying to take the combos out of play here. I want an angle on the 7 where I can go into the 6. I don't want to have to. The 6, as good as the 6-1 sitting, I still just don't want to do it.
No, I agree with you. If you don't have to.
I like your shot. I like playing the 4, maybe lay the cue ball on the rail and have the back cut on the 7. Go right up into the 6.
Into the 6, yeah. As long as you don't hit it too hard, the 6 will go to the other.
The only other thing you have to pay attention to here, if the 2 doesn't pass the 5, which it looks like it may, then you have to get up good on the 5 at some point. But that's not too much of a problem.
Okay, instead of running into the 6, you just set for the 6.
And see, now when I didn't realize there was that much room between the 1 and the 6 until I looked at this.
Yeah,
other
no,
angle,
neither did I. They look much closer together from the other angle.
And since he was a little bit steep on the 6, he uses that to just go up for the 5. Not going to be a problem. You just got to make sure you get a good angle on the 2 here to go down for the. I like getting a 3 rail position here, but he's not got it. He's going to have to draw straight out below the side pocket 1 rail, kind of at the 8 or below the 8, ideally. Yeah. He's got the stroke for it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, and I'm not saying, like, Dylan knows that he wants to have an angle on that 2 there.
He spun that too much. That ball took off that first rail.
See, that's not the right pattern, though. And that's what I'm saying. Dylan's talent takes him through some of these 8-ball racks.
Yeah.
And his patterns will get better. Patterns will get better. Like, your talent, I think as he gets older, he'll lose some matches on some of these decisions that he's got away with in the past because he's just so good.
Yeah.
And he'll start taking some of the risk out.
It's easier to learn to learn patterns than it is to learn talent, though. So I'd rather have talent and need to learn the pattern.
Yes, because it's possible to learn patterns. So you're absolutely right about that. He did not cue that very well. It didn't look like. Almost kind of like looked like he almost rolled over the cue ball with it, but he got it down. So, but the 8 doesn't pass the 9, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think this is what he wanted.
No.
He's gonna have to bank this 8 cross corner. And probably needs it to lengthen a little bit off the first rail because of the 9. Maybe it's pretty natural if you can. And I think he can beat the. I think he can easily beat the kiss on the cue ball. I think it's natural to do that because the 8 has to travel a long way to get to the rail. So that might be his only shot here, unless he likes a 2 railer around the 9.
Yeah. Oh, he's not looking at cutting that ball, is he?
And it almost looks like it's there from this angle. The other angle, it looked impossible. From here, I almost think it's there. But I don't know. I don't like it. I think Dylan's very capable of making this bank shot. And I think that might be the percentage play. I think he's playing the bank. No, he is.
Yeah,
he's gonna cut this ball. Yeah, he
Yeah,
hit
caught
that.
too much of it.
That was a really good shot.
It was.
I think that's a fault that I have. I think I can cut everything all the
Yeah, oh,
time,
yeah.
and
Well, my problem is I'll take a shot that people don't think you can cut, and then I'll overcut it by 6 inches, and that really leads me to believe that I can cut everything. But
problem is you have to cut it into a pocket.
yes,
Right, I understand what you're saying.
yeah. Is Brandon takes the opportunity to break up the balls there on the rail, but left himself right on the 10 and not left himself an easy shot.
Yeah, if the 12 isn't frozen, I'm just gonna roll right
Yeah,
on
I was
that
gonna
right
say,
here.
yeah, it's got an easy safety off of the 12.
If it's not frozen, you can just thin it and get the cue ball to hit the rail right above it. So
Yeah,
or below it. Below it's fine. Just below it, you have to just take a little bit of care with your speed, because it doesn't have to leak out real far to give Dylan a cut on the 8. Another thing I like about, I think he just declared that the 12 is either frozen or not frozen. Whether I'm not sure which. I think he may have said it. If I read him right, he said it is frozen, but that's why he hasn't played it yet. Taking a big look at it. Good look at it. I'm not even going to say what that tells me because no way it's right.
But I mean, the thing is,
it does show you there's a ton of room for the cue ball to hit the rail if he needs that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if he might not want to try and come off the 10 to the rail.
He's looking at that, and what's better about that is if you freeze him on top of the 12, it takes away a lot of his cueing as well. Got the speed right on that, but
Yeah,
Dylan has a 1 rail kick. Unless he likes the 3 railer at the side better. Sometimes that might be bigger. I don't know. Sometimes that 8 ball sits right in the path where if you made the cue ball on the scratch, then you could kick it in. So I would take a look at that at least.
I kick more than 1 rail better than I kick 1 rail, so I have a tendency to.
I think it's because the differences in the tables show up less the more rails are involved. Like if it's going to come long, it's going to come longer 1 rail than it is a couple rails.
Yeah. I used to also play a lot of 3 cushion, so I got very used to looking for.
I've never played 3 cushion.
Multiple rail kicks.
I've always seen the 2 railers really well with the eyeball. I've never really used an aiming system or diamond system or anything.
Oh yeah, no, neither have I. But one of the biggest problem I have though is I'll try and use something that I learned from 3 cushion.
I think he's playing my shot.
No,
no,
gone the 1 rail, but I'll try and use something that I gained from 3 cushion. And apparently in 3 cushion, when you go around the table, you hit the dead center of the long rail a lot, and on these tables there's a pocket there. So
I was going to go the opposite direction with that. I was like, the funny thing about pool is you have to like make balls.
Yeah, well, no, there is that, but
no, but you're right. It's amazing how big the side pockets are on the rail.
I'll look and I'll see the 3 rail kick at a ball, and the 3rd rail will be right where the side pocket is, and.
Really glad I finally got to come down here and check out Champion Billiards. This is a really nice place.
Yeah, it is.
Long haul for me to get here, but well worth the trip today. Glad I came. And once again, just always a great tournament. Tough field today. Smaller field, but you guys are seeing it right here. A lot of really, really strong players in this tournament. So I think the plan is to play this match and the other Final Four winner side match, and that'll probably be the stream for the day.
I don't know. It depends on where the loser side is sitting. Because I think they're going to try and run the loser side down definitely to the 7th, 8th matches.
Right. And it might take a little while to get there.
The loser side is hanging a little bit behind, so.
Might take a little while to get there, too.
I'd like to thank everybody that's watching stream with us. If you like what you're seeing, please like the stream, subscribe to our channel, share the stream, share the scream, which is what I always want to say when I say that for some reason.
That's what they're doing. That's you're talking about the band in the background
Yes.
there. So share the scream, guys.
And if any of you are interested in playing in any future On the Hill Productions events, you can find the information on Facebook at On the Hill Productions. Oh, wow. What a shot by Dylan. Takes it 4-1 lead. It'll be his break. Let's take another look at that. That was a great kick. Stretched out. Didn't touch the rail at all. He put that right in the pocket. That was beautiful.
Yeah, what a shot from Dylan. I feel like Dylan just takes it to another level every time he plays Brandon. He wants to put it on him so bad.
But that also goes to show with what you were saying during the last match when they were playing safe with only one ball on the table, that you are generally an 8-ball a huge favorite when the other player only has one ball on the table and you're able to keep playing safe until you get something. But
yes, and so
it only takes one.
And I wasn't trying to argue with Dylan about what he was saying. What he was saying was correct. You have to play the safety if you get out of line. But the important point for me is it's so important to really grind it out when you have that situation. Don't take it for granted, because you will lose racks that you're supposed to win when you have to play safeties. And it may only be one or two a tournament. It may only be one a tournament, but that can be so big. That's what I'm
especially
talking about.
that rack there. There's a huge difference between 4-1 and 3-2 here.
And I think we've made our point, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I've had so many games where I'm like, okay, I have 6 balls left. He has 1. There's no way I'll lose this rack. And then I just get a little bit of sloppy with my pattern. Don't grind out the way I would if the other guy had 4 balls hanging in front of a pocket. And next thing you know, the guy makes a crazy kick and I lose.
Yeah.
The best defense is listen, if you're out there and you're a mid-level player trying to get better, by all means, learn safeties, study the safeties. But if you want to be a great player in this game, you got to get out.
Yeah.
You got to get out. When you have a chance to get out, you have got to get out.
So Dylan is broken dry here, and Brandon's taking high balls. 9-12 could be a little bit of an issue for him here. Actually, I think he was trying to break the 9-12 up there, and he's overrun the cue ball.
Yeah, and he might only have a bank here. Maybe it might still cut to the side pocket. I'm just not sure how much good it does for him.
Right, exactly. I don't know what you can do with the cue ball in terms of position.
If you can hold it, you can go around the 11 for the same pocket, but I don't know, that's not the shot I want. I want to get an angle and shoot the 11 at the corner so I can have a chance to develop these other 2 balls.
Right.
There is one other option. Maybe not. I was going to say you could play safety kind of into the 9, but I don't think it's there.
Out of curiosity, do you think you get the cue ball down in this area somewhere? Do you think that 9 is cuttable, or is the 12 too close to it?
I don't think it's cuttable, no.
I did not think so either, and I
needed a second opinion. This is bad.
Yes.
And while it is bankable, the speed that he needs to bank this at, I don't think it's possible to bank this and get it to come long enough to go by the 7 at the speed that he needs to get back around for these other balls. Can we see from the other angle if he can see any part of the 12 right now? No, not really. Maybe just the thinnest of edges. And you see, either way he did it. If he tried to come around or if he did what he did, try to hop and hold the cue ball there, 7 doesn't come long enough
Yeah.
to get by that, or the stripe doesn't come
Yes.
long enough to get past that 7. And things are just, once again, Dylan versus Brandon, and things are not going Brandon's way. And some of that's Dylan playing great. Some of it's just the opportunities have not really been there for Brandon. Not any glaring mistakes, just hasn't had the easy looks. With maybe the exception of the last rack where he ended up having to play a safety and Dylan kicked out of it.
Yeah. I don't know if Dylan was trying to come in between those balls to get shape on the 1 in this bottom left corner, but
I wouldn't be surprised. Just because it'd be weird to see him play it at that soft of a speed if he was doing anything else, I think. This is perfect. He's going to cut the 1, or
actually,
cut the 3.
he played
I'm sorry.
the 3.
I thought he was going to cut the 1 and bump the 3, but either way, now he's actually a little bit funny. This is a very long reach, and you got to come with a pretty big stroke to come a couple rails and get back around. Is he looking at back cutting the 7 because of that?
No, I think he's looking at possibly just playing the 1 in and coming off the rail to shoot the 7 next.
So grab the bridge and just roll this in, basically, come off the rail a little bit, and play the 7 up table.
Oh.
The arm action, the technique with the bridge there looked a little funny for me.
Yeah.
But it may just have been what he had to do for the reach, but not the ideal cueing action that you want with the backhand there on the bridge.
And I mean, he was coming over the 7 ball as well, so.
But once again, nothing easy for Brandon here. He'll play this with inside and go, ooh, hit it good, and still didn't get into the 12. And he's not even going to come up with the He may have just stopped in time to have the combination. I think he has to cut the 12 a little bit to the left as we're viewing it, so he may see enough of this.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not an easy shot. It's
straight in on the combo. It wouldn't be an easy shot. So this is tough.
And he's going to have to get shape on the 12 after making the combo, which is never an easy thing when you have to cut the ball this much.
I think in this case it means he has to hit this softer than he would like to, which is not fun. Yeah. And this, of course, is all assuming that he can see enough of that 12 to play the shot. We don't know that he can. Bottle of water. One of the things I do like about Brandon a lot is when he gets in these spots, no matter how kind of outlandish the shot may seem, it's going to get his absolute best effort every time. Same thing with Sean. Both of those guys, very similar in that regard. Like, the tougher the shot is, the more they grind it out.
Looks like he's going to the jump cue, so the 4 must have him hooked a little bit from shooting the combo.
I'm looking through between the monitors, and it looks real bad from here. The one good thing that's actually a little bit better about the jump shot is the cue ball is not going to come with a lot of speed after it hits this 12, as much as it would if it was he was shooting straight into it. Yeah. It'll kind of die a little bit. Assuming that he hits it perfectly, you know what I mean? If you on a make, I'm saying. It's going to be just another wide open look for Dylan.
Yeah.
may have to play the combo here. I don't think he might not be able to see enough of the 1, but the combo is pretty simple. The 1's really hanging. And simple enough to roll into position on the 7 if he does have to play the combo. He may be able to see the 1. He might be able to see the 1.
I think he can, yes.
Yeah, I kind of think he can. Yeah, he's playing the 1 for sure. Oh, yeah, you could drive a truck through there. It must be getting late. That looked bad to me for a second. Come down for the 5 here. Yeah, straight up. You played, I guess it's real natural to go up and play the gap between the 8 and the 12 for the 4 and the side. That's a huge area to go in and so natural to get there, you know. And actually playing 2 rails like that makes the gap even bigger. 7's not a perfect key ball. Wow, that's not how I play that at all.
No, I agree. I didn't like that at all.
And the 7's not an ideal key ball as it is because of the position of the 13, and really not ideal when you're out of line. You just got to back up this ball, come with a big stroke, really get into it well.
Yeah.
Hit it good. About as good as you can hit it right there. And you know, Dylan's told me that he doesn't like 8-ball. I don't think he's extremely experienced in 8-ball, not as much as he plays 9 and 10. And so his patterns will get a lot better.
Yes.
But you could see he's just so talented, knows the cue ball so well that he can kind of work his way through some racks even though he's not technically playing them the right way for a traditional 8-ball player.
Yeah, so he's on the hill now, up 5-1.
I would so gladly trade spots with him. I mean, like, we keep talking about this, but, like, I'd rather have what he has than, like, not know anything about patterns, for sure. I'm not saying he doesn't know anything about patterns. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. But I think people know what I'm saying. I wish I played good. Brandon got through that so well. It's such a good sound at contact, but still the cue ball somehow parks all the way up rail. And if you watch professional pool on the big table, a lot of cue balls end up in near the middle of the head string on the 8-ball break. It's something that they all have to fight with. You can
I
hit
don't
it,
feel so bad for doing that all the time, then.
No, you can hit it really good and end up there a lot of times. There's just so many balls that want to kick it back up table, you know? I'm curious how loud the music is coming through on the stream. So I know what
we've had
man Ferguson said he was leaving because of that.
And we've had a couple other
so brutal. I don't know if there's any way I can tweak it anymore.
Yeah. I honestly think the only thing we could do would just be to turn off the audio entirely and not do commentary. But
do you have individual gain on that audio mixer that you have for the microphones? Yeah. So the only other chance we have is if we turn the gain way up on our mics, turn our overall volume down a lot and then turn up that filter that I put on. That's maybe the only chance that we have. We could try it.
Yeah, we could try it.
We're going to kill you guys for a couple seconds. I apologize.
Yeah.
So we're going to... Hello, hello, hello. All right, so right in here somewhere. But then... Hello, hello, hello. What's up, guys? Does that sound any better to anybody out there? Let us know, guys. We're doing the absolute best that we can. Oh, man, we could still tweak it a little bit. We may be able to go back down a hair on those if we need to change anything else. Guys, keep talking at us in the comments. We're going to need some feedback for sure right now.
Yes, definitely.
So Andrew says super low, but can you hear the band as loud as you can hear us talking? He says he can hear me, no music. So we might be able to go back up a little bit with that.
Well, that also may have been because the band just stopped between songs for a second.
I will say the music kind of is a drag for the commentary, but these are the best comments we've had all day.
Yeah, I just got a text message from Tony Manning that says it's much better. So
that's awesome, man. So this is the only other trick that we had in our bag of tricks. Awesome, awesome, guys. So hopefully that's a little bit better for you. We'll try to get back to the action at the table now.
Yep.
The only thing that's funny about it now is the band's actually louder for us in our headsets than it was before.
Actually, it's not in mine, and I can hear you better than I could before, so.
Well, I guess if I'm the only person that has to suffer, I'm okay with it.
And that's why I was leaning over so much before. I was trying to hear you without the headset.
Well, I'm glad I could contribute something to the stream. I've probably watched 300 hours of YouTube videos on audio in the last couple months, so if it pays off one time, that's good. Yeah, Jay Levine said he had the caps lock on. Yes, stop yelling at us, man. What the? It's not our fault.
As I say, it's loud enough with the band. We don't need you yelling.
Cool. That makes me feel good. But now I can go home and tell my wife that it was all worth it, because she hates me right now. So. All right, so what do we got here? Brandon at the table. Shooting solids?
I'm thinking so.
He doesn't look happy.
No.
He's back cutting the 7, I believe. Definitely shooting the solids. He would have already played the 9 if he was sharp, so.
Yeah.
Mike, I think it just goes to show you a little bit of the state of pool. Unfortunately, they're probably making more money out of the band being here than they are out of having the pool tournament, so we can't blame them for doing that. But maybe someday, when pool's back on ESPN or whatever becomes bigger than ESPN in this world of streaming that we have, there'll be the funding in pool where we can afford to shut down entire venues and have great tournaments.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know Mr. What is that? I'll keep saying Jono.
Jonah.
Jonah, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. But yes,
Levine.
no.
Mr. Levine, yeah, we're just joking with it. We know. I appreciate that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brandon taking a long look at this bad situation that he's in. Even if he can pocket this 7, I don't really know what good comes out of it. Do you think he can load up with low left and come 2 rails around the 15, kind of into the 4 on a pocketing the 7?
I don't know. I don't know if he's getting enough of the 7 to get around the 15.
Well, with the left-hand English, it's a little bit of a fatter hit on this. I mean, a thinner hit on the 7.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Oh, he's jacking up to do whatever. Oh, wow.
And I don't even think he has a bank shot here. Maybe it banks. It might bank to the corner.
I'm not going to say the band is wonderful, but I do think you're not hearing it completely the way it sounds here through these microphones.
I would say there's a really good chance it sounds better over on the dance floor than it does from where we are and from where they are in the chat.
Yeah.
So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, so back at the table, I think Brandon can bank the 4 to the corner, but once again, like he's gonna have to come with trick shot here to have a chance.
Yeah.
So I guess he wasn't yelling at us earlier. He said he was a terrible typist. He must really be because he didn't spell his name correctly on the YouTube login either. So, oh man, he needs to hire a secretary or something. The only thing good for Brandon here is this is a winner's side match. That's about all you can say. He's got another barrel, and he might get to play a lot more tonight. Well, probably one more match, right? No, he's done either way, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much further they're planning to go tonight.
I think the loser of this match would still be in the top 6. Probably both these guys are done for tonight. So
yeah.
Yeah, so when somebody hits the lottery, we need you to rent out the venue and hire a secretary for Jono. Let's get a look to see what the situation is with the 14 and the 13 here. They don't go to the near side. Maybe the 14 does.
Maybe.
I think you're just going to see him get an angle on the 15 to go to the other side.
Yeah, because they both go to the far side.
Yeah.
If the 14 goes to the near side, he's going to play it now.
He's in a perfect spot if it goes.
Yeah. And it looks like it must. Oh, yeah. No problem at all.
Didn't even bump the 13.
Yeah.
This is the match right here.
Yeah. Play the 13 in, 15 over to the rail for the 8 ball, and it's a 6-1.
We've almost got to the point with this matchup here where Dylan's going to be in Brandon's head a little bit. Mm-hmm. Things have really not gone his way. Dylan's played well every time. And another nice win there for the young man. Brandon will live to fight another day.